All right, let's. All right. Well, it's only 17 minutes past midnight. All right, let's go see. Gold chain. Okay. All right then. I stayed up for that. Oh, Siege just got his first ever skin accepted. Fair enough. Well played. Good. Congrats to you. We've got a Norseman collection now. All right. Very well then. Here you go. Congratulations, Caglian. We got high quality metal base box. I was expecting that. Is that a late pick? No, it's a typical pick. All right, fair enough. I guess we're going to see a second attempt at that wooden one eventually. Right, golden chain. Really now? I thought that was a bit too silly. Look at the amount. How's anybody going to look at that and see? Oh yeah, that's a poncho. I don't know. Tomb of the Octopus, Sheepman Adore. That's the third Sheepman Adore to be accepted 3 weeks in a row with another Sheepman Adore. Why didn't you just accept the large box? There's a box. Why did you accept this as an only pick? You could have just picked the box. I mean, either way, it was going to be one skin getting 3 skins in a row over the past 3 weeks. But whatever. All right then. So yeah, there you go. Cool, I guess. Yay! I've been here for 4 hours for that. Cool. So what we'll do is we'll skip ahead now, and then we'll look at the skins properly, and blah 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 blah. You get the whole idea. Depression is fun. Right, we're back. We waited a little while. Yeah, this is going to be a fair bit awkward because all the people who will buy the skins within this hour, they're going to be the only people who are going to be able to sell their skins next Thursday, because once it hits 1 o'clock in the morning UK time, all the skins bought after that can only be sold on Friday. So that's going to be a little bit awkward. Might affect abnormals. We shall see. But anyway, we've got 9 brand new skins right here. We've got to go ahead and try and figure out which of these skins are abnormal. So let's go ahead and do that right now. A bit of a random batch. We've got some primitive and tier 3 with a very strange thing. I didn't even point this out. I was aware of the 2 Sheepman Adores. Completely forgot to point out 2 Ponchos. This is a strange Rustor. So we've got the Black Diamond LR300 selling for $4. That is abnormal. We've got the likes of this gold chains, $3. The joint highest price for a Poncho skin in forever. I'll talk more about that a little bit later. Hazzy Sheet Metal Door. This is not abnormal. The high quality base box is abnormal. The Mr. Craboo Bandana and Poncho are both abnormal. The Norseman Tier 3 armor is not abnormal. Tomb of the Octopus Metal Door is abnormal. Sweet. So we've got that all understood. This week we have 6 abnormal skins to chase after, or rather next week. You get the idea. So yeah, they left it a bit late today. Last week, super early. This week, super late. It's fine though, we do still have abnormals and whatnot, so that's not going to be a problem. So of course, when the Rustor rotated, we had regular skins become marketable. So this is what appears to be the final sales based on subscriber count for what we have. And Tomb of the Octopus Door, Garage Door to be precise, did reach up to 20,000 sales. It's already got listings below its Rustor price. That ain't looking good. But across the board, all of these skins sold less than expected. We thought these were going to do a fair bit better. Nope. If I recall, when I looked at these skins with my 48-hour analysis, I expected the likes of this large box here to do about 16,000 sales. That didn't happen. Nope. So these have sold a lot less than expected. Maybe that might work out very nicely for them in the future. We shall see. Anyway, Apocalypse Nomad M39 is the lowest selling M39 skin that exists, but there's only 9 skins that exist, so maybe it's not that much of an impressive stat. Anyway, barders have appeared, and they've pushed all the way up to about $1.50-ish. Yeah, you got one that goes up to 177, but I'm talking like stronger buy orders, big fat buy orders. So we know that the cheapest Apocalypse Nomad skin doesn't go below $1. So that's at least interesting. So it was a little bit better. We did offer a fair bit higher, but the bulk of the barders are around $1, basically. Then moving on to the likes of the Cyber Boots as we go over to here. I personally wasn't super convinced that Cyber Boots were going to be A-OK. Elaborate. Basically, what else is there for the Cyber collection? At best a jacket, but there are attempts at jacket skins currently in the workshop at the moment that haven't been successful. I don't think we're going to be seeing a jacket skin anytime soon. I don't think there's anything else that could boost up the Cyber collection. You know, keep interest in it. So, awkward. Moving on. Oh, and by the way, yeah, the barders are only gone up to about 60 cents. It's a 99-cent skin. That's not looking good for it. Imperial Pump Shotgun. There was an interesting stat where every single Pump Shotgun skin on the Steam market, very weirdly, has very low listings. And yeah, that might prove to be a bit of a problem. However, with a sheer lack of sales, it only did like 10,000 subscribers. Well, I mean, we're probably going to see hardly any listings for this one as well. It might do a fairly decent job in retaining value, simply due to the fact that there's just like nobody listing below a certain threshold. So yeah, you got a lot of bilders below $1 here, but even then, I think that might be too low. Being realistic, I just don't think we're going to be seeing that many people selling them. This is why last night I did sit here and say, guys, you probably don't want to offer any more than like 30 quantity with your buy order. So we'll see. But overall, this Imperial Pump Shotgun, 9,460 subscribers. If we were to do a comparison to all the other Pump Shotgun skins that exist based on subscriber count, where does this stand? Oh, it's actually one of the best-selling skins ever. Wow. But then again, we don't get many Pump Shotgun skins, do we? That's actually very surprising. I thought very little of it, but in fact, it's actually one of the top-selling skins ever. Huh. Okay, then. Very well, then. There you go. That was a bit eye-opening. Well, very well, then. We'll see what happens next. I'll be honest with you, I don't see it crashing and burning. I see it doing a fairly decent job in actually retaining its value. Especially the fact that we got just another barter that appeared there at 170-ish, so we'll see. Moving on, we've got the Kinkali Furnace, and the highest barter is only 71 cents. Well, we shall see what happens next. Over to here, we got the Snakebite Hunting Bow. This didn't sell that much. Just to confirm, this only did 4,930 subscribers. Only 4,930 individual people bought that skin. How many did they buy each? Did they buy 10, 20, 30, 50, 100? I don't know. But we know, at bare minimum, we have 4,930 of these skins that are in circulation. Do you reckon something like this potentially could be manipulated at some point in the future? I don't know. I'm not gonna like hope for it. I'm not gonna rely upon that. But don't expect a lot of listings. So, yeah. And the barders, well, the interest stops at $1. Yeah. So, maybe this might be a target in the future. We shall see. But that's it, there wasn't that much to talk about. There wasn't that much to talk about these skins. Yeah. It's awkward. I did, discuss the low quantity sales and whatnot after just one day. But I wouldn't be surprised if this trend continues. Probably due to the choices of the skins that we've seen today, over to here. I will be talking about that right now. Actually, no, we didn't talk about the abnormals. Whoop, let's go talk about the abnormals. Sorry. So at the moment, Shadowball Large Box has 35 listings. It's got barders pushing up to about $2.13 and whatnot. I mean, that's fine. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's perfectly fine. I did say last night when we did our abnormal barders, which you can see right over here, abnormal barders. There we are. You'll see Hedge ramble about doing barders for those skins. If I quickly go over to here, go to the actual barders section, you can see us racing to get the barders for the skins last night. And at the end, when we looked at the barter support, you'll see where I sat here and said Shadowball Large Box potentially is the best thing to buy, purely based on the fact that it had a whole lot more support compared to the likes of the other skins. And the other skins, well, too many Octopus. Considering we just had a Sheep Minador accepted today, by default you'd probably assume, oh, surely that's going to be okay. Probably. But, how many combinations of Garage Door and Sheep Minadors have we had so far this month? Shadowborn, Blocky, a month is a stretch, but you get the idea. And then, of course, too many Octopus now. Yeah, yeah. I'm a bit worried about Sheep Minadors and Garage Doors. So that does not look like it's going to retain its value. That looks like it will be going below $2.49. Over to here, Blocky Lighthouse Door. You did not sell that much. You only did just over 10,000 sales. The previous week, we had Shadowborn do just over 20,000 sales. What happened? Well, literally the week before we had a Shadowborn Sheep Minador. People probably didn't feel the need to buy another Sheep Minador. Guess what just appeared today? 2 Sheep Minadors! Hooray! Oh, I'm so happy. Don't you worry. So we'll see what happens to you next, but I don't think the 2 new doors are going to really affect you. In fact, I don't expect that many listings for this. The large box from the previous week, the Blocky large box, after 6 days, it only had 19 listings on the Steam market. Maybe they got bought out? Yeah, I can't remember, but it's looking okay as of now. It's sold for $2.49. It's got barders pushing up to about $1.60, but even then I just don't expect a ton of these to be listed. We'll see as time goes on, but I don't think we'll see that much of a problem. At best, it's probably okay. And okay is okay. So, cyber gloves, well, you sold for, what, $1.49? Your lowest listing is $1.90, and the bulk of your barders ends at around $1.10. Okay. I mean, it might be all right. It's got a full collection to support it. It should be okay. So, I mean, I'm meh. And then you got the likes of the custom SMG, Thunder Gold, custom SMG. Will this survive purely based on the fact that it's a Thunder Gold skin? Yes, today we did not see the Thunder Gold SAP being accepted. Unfortunate. It is what it is. But, do you reckon it's going to do okay? So if I go back over to here, this only did 7,500 bare minimum sales. And, well, based on what we've seen with the likes of Thunder Gold, we've seen the AK in the positive, the SAR in the positive, the double barrel shotgun was in the positive, now it's in the negative. Watch it again, look at it again in a couple of days' time, it'll be in the positive again. These will probably be in the negative. They keep going back and forth, but they are doing a good job in retaining most of their value. So will the custom SMG right here be one of them? Because we've seen all the custom SMGs, and they are not looking very pretty, are they? Gun demand is the issue. Do people even want to use the gun? If they don't, where's the justification to own a skin and use it? And that's why you understand so many of these skins are so cheap. So we'll see. But overall, I mean, it is what it is. So that was that week. Let's now move on to the next week. April 18, 2024. This is our Rust store. So, as I've already made mention, very weird to see this. We've seen so many sheep in the doors recently. Oh, yeah, today let's add 2. Well, okay then. Let's also do 2 ponchos. Okay, sure. We could have had Renegade Tier 2, Redemption Tier 2 today. Instead, we got Craboo. And in all fairness, alright, cool. You got a brand new primitive collection being built up there. Alright, we'll see. You've also got a brand new Norseman collection potentially on the horizon, so that's a nice little discussion. Black Diamond has returned. Do you recall the AK-47 that was in the Rust store not too long ago, selling at $4.49? Will that climb up now that we've got an LR300, or will it just sit there? Because by default, collections that only consist of weapon skins tend to not do very well. We'll see. It's not like we haven't had another Black Diamond skin in the past. We did have the MP5, but that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But hey, another one got accepted, so we'll see. And Tomb of the Octopus is a collection, but we've already had a cool-looking garage door just before this, and we already had a cool-looking sheet metal door just before this. I worry for this. There's a lot of things to go over. So shall we properly jump in and discuss all of these skins? Starting off with the gold chains poncho. What is going on? So, looking at this poncho, this was an early pick. I didn't point that out, but yeah, just wanted to quickly go over this one more time. We had 5 early picks, 2 typical picks, and 2 late picks. The late picks were the tier 3 armor, the typical picks were the high quality base box, and the Hazzy sheet metal door, and all the other skins were early picks. So if you aren't fully aware of what an early pick is, it's the skins that literally got submitted the past weekend. And of course, that's the skins I discussed in my Rust Workshop skin checks. It's all there. If you go look at the likes of my, if you go see that right there on my YouTube, you'll see that every single week I look at all the newest skins. They're always chaptered, all the collection continuations and whatnot. And of course, the collection's right there with all the skins. We'll see some of them have an acceptance already. Yep. So recently, we've been seeing a lot of early picks. So be prepared for that. You might want to consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks. Always be informed of the newest things that appear. Because with this gold poncho, when I looked at it, I thought it was a little bit too silly. I thought it was a little bit too much for Rust. Well, lo and behold, it's immediately picked. What's going on? And yeah, it's all flat. It's not like you can see. It's not like when you go up to it, right? It's not like it's got like a 3D model and everything. No, it's a flat surface. And when you look at it from behind, it's invisible. That ain't good. I am genuinely surprised that this was allowed in. Not to sound mean to the skin creators, but it's a lot of transparency. Does that even look like a poncho from a distance? Do you get what I mean? Is that going to be useful though? Like, are people going to be wearing like burlap clothing, like primitive skins in the early game and whatnot? Is that going to be useful in some way or some form? Maybe a desert, I don't know. But yeah, poncho is useful in the early game. Just find a bear and hey, I've got a decent bit of armor. Hopefully I don't come across someone with a gun. But you get the idea. So, I mean, that's a poncho. It's a creative idea, I'll give it that, but is it going to be useful? Is it going to be any good at $3 a piece? Oh, God, that's a problem in itself. So, yeah, I pointed this out earlier. That's the most expensive poncho we've had in a rush store in about 8 years, because the most recent one to sell at $3 was the very first one, the Grey Wolf Eye Poncho. 8 years ago, back in November 2016. So, yeah, it is expensive. But does that mean it won't sell that much? Last week we saw hardly any sales. This week, I can't help but assume we're also going to see that happen all over again. Hardly any sales. You might see a decent amount of sales happen for the likes of that. I do believe that's going to be the top selling skin. I think this will slow down. I'll probably be wrong. We'll see. But yeah, I can see people looking at it. I don't know if everyone's going to be appreciating this. Like initially, for the sheer goofiness of it and whatnot, oh yeah, sure, loads of people are going to jump in and test it out and see it for themselves. But are they going to be satisfied with it? And is it going to be useful? That's another thing. And remember how we made such a fuss about the likes of Legacy Kevlar face mask when that appeared? Oh, it's got transparency. How's anybody going to notice it? When from far away. Well, you go take a look at Legacy Kevlar face mask right now, and you'll find out that it's not doing super great, is it? It's not exactly going crazy. Then again, it did sell like 70,000. It did have like 70,000 sales, so that might be affecting that from going up in price, especially with 346 listings. But I don't think people have really considered that groundbreaking or game just destructive or evil or deceptive enough. Like I don't think so. So that right there, it's weird. I actually don't have a clue. It's abnormal. Thank God for that, We could look at that on Wednesday and do our buy orders and see if people generally want to have it. We can look at the barter support afterwards and whatnot. But ponchos in general, especially recently, I just want to point this out to you real quickly, not exactly the best thing for an investment. No. Especially a $3 one. Now, again, it can go both ways. $3 could scare off a lot of people who want to buy this in excess. I'm talking people who might want to buy hundreds of them, because it's too expensive. So maybe, just maybe, it might not sell too much, and then over time it ends up going up in price quite nicely. Maybe we see a continuation of some sort. I don't think there could be anything that works at that. I can't imagine on top of my head anything that could work with that. But hey, we'll see. Keep an eye on the workshop and whatnot over the course of this weekend. It would turn out like Forest Raiders. I don't think so. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see, because, with all that transparency, is it going to be useful? Are you going to be able to trick people from a distance? Well, I'm pretty sure people will be finding that out fairly soon. Over the course of the next few days, we'll be hearing out and seeing what people say. But again, surprised. So again, smartest thing to do if you're trying to make a nice, wise investment, wait until Wednesday. Look at the sales. I'll be here. We'll be discussing the skins, the abnormals. We'll figure out prices to offer. We'll engage that. We'll do the buy orders, and then afterwards we'll look at the barter support, see how high the prices go up to at the buy orders, see how much quantity they have, and then we'll consider, is that okay to jump in and buy some of? We shall see. But as of now, I'm conflicted, and I'm not exactly super confident that way, I should say. So, if you find it funny, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support those skin creators, keep them motivated, keep wanting to put out very nice creative designs in the future. I'm just looking at that and thinking, will that always have the attention and keep the price up and whatnot? I don't know. So I'm going to leave it, all right? Ponchos aren't the best investments, but with it being abnormal, we can use that to our advantage. As I said, we'll look at the support it has, then consider buying it. But we're going to have to wait for a while on that. So let's move on to the next skin. High quality metal base box. So we've got ourselves a little collection being built up here, but it might not exactly be a good thing, all right? So, not too long ago, we had the stone base box being accepted. Now we've got the high quality base box being accepted. And then I wouldn't be surprised, potentially on the horizon, we'll have the wooden one being accepted as well. So just to quickly confirm to you over to here, we did see the likes of the wooden one being the original, the very first one. Unfortunately, that wasn't accepted. But the second one to be submitted ended up being the first acceptance, the stone base box. So I've told you all of this in the past. Loads of people saw this on Twitter and just went crazy for it. So initially this had 10,000 people looking at it, talking, messaging, and then the stone base box had 20,000. So people do like this set, and Facepunch clearly knows it, I'm sure. However, are they going to be helping each other out? What do you mean? What are you on about? Well, typically with a deplorable collection, right, with more skins being accepted, you would then, see the demand for all the skins rise up and the prices improve and whatnot. But I look at this and I see two skins. Of course, they're both small boxes. Are they going to be fighting for your love? Are they going to be fighting for your attention? Are you going to want to buy all of them? Do you understand what I'm saying now? Is one of them going to be neglected? I mean, okay, as I said, can't help but assume that wooden one's going to get resubmitted. Probably will be accepted considering that we've got two of these now. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a sheet metal one. What about a shack? A shack would be cool, wouldn't it? I'd like to see that. So you've got 5 of them potentially on the horizon, but they're all going to cost $2.49. Does everybody want to spend $12.49 for a full set? And do they really need 5? Probably not. So therefore, one of them will probably be beloved, and the rest of them will be neglected. There's only one golden child, and it might be the stone-based box because it came out first. We'll see how much this one sells. It might be not that much compared to this, and that means that one might work out very nicely in the future. We shall see. But do you really need 2 small boxes? Well, I mean, it depends who you are and wherever you are on your base and whatnot, but are there going to be a lot of role players that are going to want to build like a fun little mini town and whatnot? There probably will be, but is that enough people to keep the price up and whatnot? I don't know. So, yeah, some will only buy one of them. That's the point I'm trying to get across, Step Bro. If someone already owns the stone base box, are they going to immediately ditch that and buy that one? Or are they just going to sit there and say, you know what, I've got the stone one, I'm happy. Or maybe, you know, people only want the wood one. So I don't think it's going to be positive. I worry for it. Now, in general, with the likes of small boxes, if we could just point this out real quickly, they don't tend to be very good investments. Well, that's climbed back up again. That's nice to see. And this has as well. Probably because we've seen the garage door being submitted over the past weekend. So we'll see how it turns out afterwards. But look at that, look at that. Look at that, look at that. Look at all of this. Only one of them's doing good. That was from last year. So, yeah, I do worry. Okay? I do worry. But at the very least, it's abnormal. Of course I was going to say that. But honestly, when you are clueless and when you have no idea, when a skin is abnormal, it's a lifesaver. All right? So if you want to make a smart investment, wait until Wednesday. That's the only answer I can give you in regards to that. I can see it working out all right initially, but if we keep seeing more of these base boxes being accepted, I don't think people are going to be treating it like a collectible full collection. Rather, they'll just pick out one they like, and as I said, that's the general gist. So that means one will do okay, and probably all of the rest will do bad, or all of them will do bad. Because the interest in all of them is a lot smaller compared to when there was just like one of them available. And that was when the stone base box came out. And right now it's up by 17%. Well, let's spike in demand now that this has appeared. Well, if I go to the front page of the Rusty Market, let's go see. And the only thing I've seen that's appeared that's reacted is the Tomb of the Octopus. Oh, there is there. It's right there. So that one, and of course Craboo. Okay, cool. So people have reacted to it. Maybe it will be a collection. As in, people will treat it and appreciate it as a collection. So, all right. Maybe my ramble was pointless. Maybe it isn't. We'll see how things turn out as time goes on. But yeah, keep that in mind. Let's let's use the time to our advantage. Let's wait until Wednesday. Then we'll make a move. All right? And we can always compare this with the likes of the previous one. Like, will this high quality metal base box do just as much sales compared to this? Will it do too little? Will it do too much? We shall see. All right? So we've got a nice thing to compare to there. That's also useful. But that'll be for Wednesday. Let's move on to the next skin. Norseman Tier 3. All right. 99 cents each. I don't get the feeling this is going to sell a ton. But, in the position that we're in now, guys, Mr. Caglian don't get many acceptances. Do you feel confident he'll get Hoodie and Pants and Tier 2 accepted? He is a newer skin creator. I shall point out, Tier 2 armor isn't exactly super fun to make skins for. All right, let's see if he can get that out. Just don't expect it super quick. All right, don't expect it super quick. But at the very least, yes, you could potentially see a brand new collection being built up from here. But we have seen many situations in the past where like a random Hoodie and Pants is accepted, or a random Tier 2 is accepted, or a random Tier 3 is accepted, but then nothing follows after it. All right, so don't be surprised if something like that happens. So yes, by default, first core piece. Will there be anything else produced afterwards? Pretty sure they will be doing that because, it's their second and third acceptances. And I'm pretty sure they know if they make continuations, they have a much better chance of seeing those accepted compared to random things they'll produce. So I fully expect Hoodie and Pants and Tier 2 to potentially be produced. He shouldn't do Hoodie and Pants this weekend because I know a certain individual who's going to be putting out a very interesting pair of Hoodie and Pants this weekend. Oh, what's that going to be? Well, you've got to wait and see. Look in the workshop. So with that, it might take a while. And if it takes too long, people will get, impatient. Yeah, impatient is the word. Impatient investors don't like waiting, and they'll dump their skins in the Steam market and the price will go down. But much like what we saw with the Cyber Collection, so as long as you see the continuations, the core pieces being introduced and accepted, it will still spike in demand, spike in price. All right? So by default, there is a very nice positive for this, but I'm just sitting here saying you're probably better off doing a buy order, because I don't expect the skin creators to see their skins being produced fast enough. Also, they are going to have competition, because I know what's coming, all right? I know what's coming, so I'll have to speak to them as well, because they probably don't want to compete with certain people. Just saying that. So maybe you are just better off with a buy order. Also, this isn't abnormal, so you'd have to look at this on Wednesday and make a decision what you're going to do, but I lean more to the likelihood of, whilst I can see it being a perfectly fine skin for what it is and whatnot, I just don't think people are going to go that crazy for it. I don't want to sound mean, but I've seen many designs fairly similar to the likes of this. It's cool, it's nice, it's creative, but then, people just see the next thing that comes out and think, no, I'd just rather have that or something. You see a lot of tier 3 armor that's not very expensive. Let's put it that way. So we'll leave it for now, all right? Let's move on to the next skin. Hazzy Sheet Metal Door. Right, so this is also not abnormal. This is a regular skin. This will only become marketable when the Rust Store rotates again next week. A bit of a silly skin, look at that. What's with the face? Well, first of all, congratulations to Cegis for your first ever, skin to be accepted. Congratulations, sir. But what is this? Now, it doesn't glow in the dark, does it? No mention of glow in the dark. So I don't know, right? I don't know what's going on here. But does that appeal to you? Do you think it's funny? Do you think it's goofy? Do you like it? It's got a bit of a problem because we've got 2 sheet metal doors in the Rust Store this week. And will this be the one that sells more, or will this be the one that sells less? Will this be the one that's negatively affected? Well, in terms of sales. Like, very low sales can work out very nicely for it. But that's more as an investment, as, for a skin that's trying to make a lot of money. Mr. C just probably wants to see a lot more sales. But as of now, that has been doing okay. But it's only sold 10 more, apparently, compared to the Tomb of the Octopus metal door. Okay, but Hazzy Sheet Metal Door, right? Could we potentially see Hazzy deplorables? Well, Cegis, with his first ever skin to be accepted, I will sit here and say, by default, these new skin creators will make continuations. Because, it's their first ever acceptance. And they're like, well, okay, what's the best thing to do? The most logical thing to do would be to continue it, try and build up a collection and whatnot. How many collections are currently active right now? About 10 plus. We discussed this earlier with my chat, and of course last night when I did the abnormal barders. But right now, or rather, as of recent, with the most recent Rust Workshop skin submissions, there's like 10 active deplorable skins hoping to be accepted as a continuation. I'm not joking. And with some of the skins that got picked today, I've noticed that some of them are like more collections now. I mean, Tomb of the Octopus is one of them. There's a lot of deplorable skins being produced at the moment. I can't guarantee that's definitely going to be accepted. Anyway, so with what we have here, it's nice, it's goofy. Will it sell a lot? I don't know. I would rather wait till Wednesday. All right? I'm going to say that. Yeah, I always say that. But yeah, you get the idea. It's the smartest thing to do. But listen, that's his first ever skin to be accepted. And if you like it enough, look, come on now. Show your support. Consider buying it. Keep him motivated to keep wanting to put out nice and creative designs in the future. And hey, maybe it does turn into a collection. We shall see. So props to you, Mr. Cegis. Best of luck. Let's see how that turns out. Keep an eye on his workshop. See what he's up to next. Right, what do we have over here? Tomb of the Octopus metal door. So I brought this up earlier, and we're going to have to bring it up again. I literally just talked about it. But yeah, we've just had 3 weeks in a row of collection sheet metal doors. 20,000 sales, down 23%. This has just become marketable, so we can't judge it yet. And now we've got this one. All right, so just to quickly remind ourselves, that sheet metal door right there, just over 10,000 sales, 10,644 subscribers. At least bare minimum, that is the amount of sales we've seen. Looking at this sheet metal door right here, it's probably bumped up now with more sales being acknowledged. Yeah, it's shifted around a bit, but don't worry, we're still in the position for the next skins. With what we have here, guys, listen, that might be in trouble in terms of doing good sales. But that could equal a very nice investment. But sheet metal doors, Shadowborn looked pretty cool. Shadowborn had continuations appear after it. I'm talking about the Shadowborn sheet metal door. It's down by 23% at the moment. Now, it did sell at $3. That's selling at $2.49, but even then, I don't think it matters too much. Point I'm trying to get across is that very likely might suffer. And I lean more to the idea of, I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Now, here's the weird thing. I think I said it earlier. They could have picked the large box today. I mean, either way, it would have been awkward anyway, but they skipped the large box and went straight for the sheep in the door. This is an early pick. This was submitted literally past weekend. So I look over to Mr. Himmick and I question, well, what are you going to do next? You're going to do a wooden door, wooden double door, armoured double door, sheet metal double door, sheet metal, rug? I don't know. Keep it on the workshop. That's all you can do. I'm sorry to say, but yeah, that is the answer. But even then, with the amount of collection continuations vying for a spot, there's too many. I'm quite surprised to see certain skins that weren't accepted today, but whatever. I'd lean more towards I'm not confident in it, I'm afraid to say. But yeah, 2 sheet metal doors. That means both of them probably won't sell that much. If this only does 5,000 sales by Wednesday, okay then, maybe that might be interesting then. But I don't know. But it's abnormal. That right there is abnormal, and we can use that to our advantage. I've said it earlier. We can do the abnormal borders, look at it afterwards, look at the support it has, and if it's got enough support, we could consider jumping in and maybe buying some. But I'll be honest with you, I won't be surprised if we just stick with doing a boulder on it. All right, sounds good. Shall we move on? Let's go do that. Black Diamond LR300. No, sorry to say. LR300s. Are you using them a lot? Because judging by the skins, no. It's not hard to put 2 and 2 together. If you're not, gun demand. If the weapon itself is not being used as much, well, where's the justification to own and use a skin? Yeah, do you understand that problem? Yeah, every single LR300 skin that's come out in the past 3 or 4 years, they're not doing very well. Now, there was one, it's over here, Cybercode, that's being pumped. So, yeah, I'm not joking when I say no. For what, the past 4 years, we haven't had a LR300 skin that ended up in the positive. Also, with Bad Trip now having another expensive weapon collection, he had black gold last year. Do you remember that? Well, if you don't, let's go through that again. Actually, no, it's 2022. Sorry about that. But yeah, you can see all of this. Initially, the AK sold for $5. Now it's selling for $1.49. The MP5 sold for $5. Now it sells for $1.62. The LR300 sold for $5. Now it sells for $1.51. Huh. Yeah, 23,000 sales that did. Well, we got something we can compare to now, don't we? So, Black Diamond AK-47 sold for $4.49 just a few weeks back. It's already down to $3.19. But could it improve today? Let's go take a look. Did more of these sell today now that we got the LR300 being accepted? No. So we saw 2 in the Octopus Garage Door appear, Stone-based box appear, Mr. Craboo Boonie hat appear, but not the AK. People didn't buy the AK. It didn't get touched. No one went near it. I don't think this is looking very promising, I'm afraid to say. But you can see with the behaviour, no one cared. Oh dear. I don't think this is looking to be super great. Now, by default, LR300, I'd just say no. I'd just sit there and say 60 cents to 80 cents. Yeah, even then, I'm sorry to say, look, I've got to point this out. There have been changes put into this. So you remember with the AK, it just had a black aim sight and whatnot. Bad Trip did change it up. This has got a red aim sight. He doesn't do aim down the sight images. I don't know why, but you can see that there. You can see that. So, I mean, if you're looking for a good-looking LR300, you've got an option there. And at $4, I don't expect it to sell a ton. I really don't. I think that's going to really... I mean, by default, investors probably don't want to go near it, LR300, until we see a buff and that and whatnot. It's not going to happen. You're not going to see a ton of people buying that. Yeah, that actually might sell hardly anything. Maybe it does work out quite all right. It's abnormal, so we got that to our advantage. But yeah, Cybercode is being pumped. It's a very slow pump, but it is being pumped. I've been keeping track of it. So that right there, Black Diamond, I don't see it retaining $4 at all. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down to $1.50, exactly like the Black Gold LR300. So yeah, Blackout LR is going for $2 in the market. Didn't it sell for $2 as well? Because that's like the only one that's doing okay, if I recall. It is what it is. I'm very sorry to say. But yeah, things are not looking super great. So personally, as an investor, seeing what's been shown there, oh, okay, I don't want to go near that. Shall we move on to the final two skins, Mr. Craboo, Poncho, and Bandana? So, with the continuation, the Boonie Hat has been gaining some interest. It's now pushed up to $1.73. Now, the barders haven't actually climbed up, which is a bit awkward. We can only see it's been a buyout at the moment. Will we see more support for this? Because this sold for $1.49, right? But the barders are only gone up to about 90 cents, and they still are. So we haven't actually seen stronger barders being put down. But what's next? What could happen next for Mr. VHS? Well, these are the only skins he's had accepted. I wouldn't be surprised if he potentially does some burlap clothing or some hide clothing. Maybe some crab claw road sign gloves. That would be funny. Or maybe some burlap leather gloves. Try that out. Don't know why I said burlap leather gloves. Sorry. Anyway, leather boot. You could do hide boots if you want to. Crab legs. You could do burlap shoes and whatnot. You could make a primitive set with this. Pure red primitive. Is that going to be okay? What do you reckon? Maybe the new biome's going to be red. Shut up. Lots of people keep wondering what the new biome's going to be. Facepunch hasn't even revealed anything yet in regards to that. Only the roadworks, or rather the roadmap at the very beginning of the year. You know what I'm about. Anyway, looking at that. I mean, if it sells as much as the Boonie Hat, that'll be all right for the Boonie Hat. But will it be all right for these two? Because we have had quite a lot of ponchos and bandanas being released somewhat recently. How's the bandanas looking like at the moment? Well, the answer is down 16 and down to 41. Now, I will just kind of clarify that bandana sold an absurd amount, so I'm not surprised to see that suffering. But Skullforce, it never got a continuation with its primitive set. Do you honestly think this is going to continue even more? Probably, it could. I'm not saying no, but that's been like Sean Mick behind this. He's been putting out some very nice continuations for a primitive set for the Skullforce set, but no, it didn't happen. So, is this it? That's the point I'm trying to get across. Is this it for the likes of the Craboo set? I'm pretty sure VHS will be producing more things. It's just a matter of, will Facepunch accept it? Facepunch decides. And that's proven to be a bit of a problem. So, I do lean into the idea of, well, it's abnormal. You know what I was going to say. But both of these are $1.49. Will they hold up or will they potentially have problems? Well, we can just wait till Wednesday, look at them then, and then make a decision. At the very least, I wouldn't be surprised this doesn't sell that much, considering we have that right there. So, yeah. Right, so overall thoughts. I mean, we can question. You know what? I'm going to go in. I'm going to lean in with this now. So you know how we have Mr. Micro's website right here? We can see upvotes and downvotes and whatnot. Well, with every brand new Rustle rotation that takes place, his website has a snapshot. And if you actually look at these skins based on their upvotes and whatnot, what do you see? I see about 7 of these skins not really having that much attention. So yeah, okay, high quality metal base box, lots of upvotes, lots of downvotes. Just get this in your head. A skin that has a lot of attention will also get a lot of negative attention. There's a lot of haters out there, and they just hate. All right, so that had a lot of interest. Too many Octopus, that had a lot of interest, but then it just kind of drops off pretty dramatically. Gold chains, only 70 upvotes and 37 downvotes. I mean, over 100 combined. Okay, fair enough, that's okay. But then you drop down immediately to the likes of here, only 53 upvotes and 27 downvotes, and you go down over to here. The Norseman Tier 3 had more downvotes than upvotes. So if you're questioning why do Facepunch pick these things, I don't know. I have no idea. I have absolutely zero clue. All right. Financially motivated? I don't think so. Wanting to finish off collection continuations? I mean, sometimes. But there's no definitive, easy to figure out method behind their choices. Let's put it that way. So consider looking at Micro's website. You can see all of the skins as they first appeared. Like all the week 15 skins, they're the skins that literally appeared this past weekend. All the skins you see here for week 16, they were the ones that missed the deadline. Naughty. Anyway, the typical picks today were from week 14, and yeah, I didn't see many skins in the upper portion here for some strange reason. Don't know, it happened. Don't know. So, yeah, awkward. It is awkward. But we now know about this because we have this website showing us all the details. You know, by score, you can look at all the combined, from upvotes, downvotes, favourites and whatnot. Too many Octopus is still high up, so, nice and respectful there, but we didn't see the Shadowball Locker today, the Apocalypse Nomad. But maybe because we had them the 2 previous weeks, we needed to take a break. All right, fair enough, that would make sense. That would make sense. No whiteout AR. No early pick for Redemption Tier 2. Mimic would have been cool. Find a gold set. You got Neon Entrance. Maybe they don't want more Neon skins. Pirate Flag Rug was pretty sweet. That's a cool design. Blocky Launch Site Rug. Again, maybe some skins have had too many in such a short amount of time. Maybe they wanted to take a break from them, cool down. Maybe. We shall see. But I don't have a good idea of their methods for choices, or at least reasons for why they don't pick certain skins. That's another way of putting it. So, yeah, that was a bit of a yap. Sorry about that, but yeah, consider looking at that website. I'll make sure it's linked in the description, so look below and you can see it all for yourself. I think Micro just linked it as an advertisement. Micro! Free advertising. Honestly, micro522.com. Give it a good look. Yeah. Right. Let's also quickly look at the likes of the commits. So, always keep an eye on the commits. We're getting closer to the May 4th swipe. All the new content that very likely will be coming out. Well, first of all, what do we see right here? The SKS. It looks like we're getting a brand new weapon. Oh, I was meant to... Okay, yeah, here we are. Yeah, so the SKS, it's a Soviet rifle. We're getting a brand new semi-automatic, it looks like. But looking at this, someone brought this up to me earlier. So, have you seen this tweet? Did you see this tweet from Rust earlier? Legacy Woodskin is a very popular in community content. Should we make other legacy items? Now, okay, should legacy items or skins only be based on the very early stages of Rust? When back in 2013, 2014, when they had weird looking items and armor and weapons and whatnot, or could legacy refer to very well known weapons? Like, could the SKS simply be a skin for the SAR? It's up for debate. Yeah, it was you, Bad Monkey. Thank you for pointing out. No, you said it was going to be a skin. I made the connection that maybe they were referring with that tweet that maybe SKS would be a legacy skin. Maybe. But we had the legacy bow around December, if you can recall. All of December, to be precise. What do you reckon? And you might sit there and say legacy Kevlar? No, that wasn't made by Facepunch. That was made by Kosem. But it was in reference to like the old armor and whatnot. So what do you reckon? This has been worked on for quite a long time. I do think this actually might be ready for May. But will it be treated as a legacy SAR skin? What do you reckon? It'll probably still be referred to as an SKS. And yeah, if I go over here, SKS rifle. Here you go. Yeah, you've probably seen it. Did they have it in PUBG? I don't know. I don't play PUBG. But yeah, you can see where that could work out very nicely. It could be fully automatic. I don't think it will. It'll be a semi. I'm sure. So yeah, I wonder if that'll be a skin. It might be in a future Rust store. But just to remind all of you, do you remember throughout all of December, we had the Legacy Bow, and then for week 2, the Legacy Bow... Well, no, here it is down here. Yeah. So that was made by Facepunch themselves. Doesn't have a workshop page or anything. We are very likely going to be seeing more of that at some point, but it might not be the SKS. It's just an idea, a thought. So something for you to consider. And yeah, by default, just keep an eye on the likes of all the commits. Where have I gone? I've lost my position because I'm an idiot. But I have been sitting here for a very long time and I've lost my mind. Redtown Redux, don't expect this for May 4 swipe. No, it's still too early. A lot of what they're saying here, they're still using grey boxes. And if you don't know what grey boxing is, in terms of level design, just to show you this real quickly, when you first start building up a level, you're going to just use very simple geometry and whatnot just to get a good idea of the measurements and the spacing for a level and whatnot. And when they feel confident with it, then they actually start adding textures and whatnot. It's still way too early for Redtown Redux to come out. I'm pretty sure it'll probably appear maybe June or July, if they do commit to finishing it. That's the point. But yeah, you can see that that's most likely what it currently looks like. So just kind of lower your expectations. So yeah, that was the Rust store today. Cool chat, do you have any questions? So oh, Ronald, you're so happy. Ronald just read his I'm not going to read that out, but yeah, alright, you're not very happy at the moment, are you? So yeah, keep an eye on the workshop. Who knows what might get picked from here and now. That's a bit silly, isn't it? But yeah, I'm sure you get the idea. Who knows what could be picked, but I will sit here and say we are starting to see late picks now, so it's definitely getting a lot more varied. Some of the skins that probably came out 3 weeks ago are going to get picked next week. Or, of course, based on what we've seen recently, a lot more early picks. Keep an eye on the workshop. Keep an eye out, because you never know. yeah, also, don't forget, look at the workshop comments in some of these skins. Maybe you're going to see mentions of, they're going to say, oh, we're going to make another skin for the set or something, you know. At the very least, you know, you got like here, Norseman, keep an eye on that. Craboo, you want to keep an eye on that. See if Himmick's going to produce another Too Many Octopus skin. I fully believe it. I wonder what Mr. 38's going to produce next. Is it going to be a sheet metal or a shack? Or maybe he redoes the wooden one. We shall see, But keep it on the workshop, all right? Because we are seeing a lot more early picks now. And I think that's it. So will this prove to be okay in the future, or will people hate it? I don't know. Because that one's still confusing me. You just sat there and said Reddit likes it. Do you really want to like the things Reddit likes? We'll leave it at that. So thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. See you and goodbye.